this topic today is Tinubu orders reduction in Nigeria's delegation to UN General Assembly. Now, he says only relevant officials will be part of Nigeria's delegation to next month's United Nations General Assembly, UNGA, and a meeting in New York, United States. This is support to a directive by President Bola Tinubu reducing the size of the delegation. The president said only authorized officials who have business at the event should attend the 79th session of the UNGA. Special advisor to the president's media publicity chief Ajuri Ngelali, in a statement yesterday, said the directive was disclosed by the chief of staff to the president, Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, on Saturday in Abuja. According to the release, this was during a one-day retreat organized by the State House Management for heads of government agency on resignation. He addressed participants at the retreat and of course said the decision is to streamline Nigeria's delegation to the 79th session of UNGA in September. It's part of the administration's commitment to ensuring prudent management of resources and reduce the cost of governance. The chief of staff urged heads of agencies at the retreat to comply strictly, adding that the president is listening to the concerns of Nigerians and is committed to addressing them diligently. The chief of staff urged heads of agencies at the retreat to comply strictly. Okay, that's a repetition. And of course, he said that he urged the State House Management and Chief Executive of agencies under its supervision to lead by example by ensuring compliance with statutes, more regulations, and various policy designed to enhance.
I think we invited the Permanent Secretary, State House, several times to answer issues about things that happened when he was not even the Permanent Secretary. So I think this underscores the importance of reminding ourselves about the procedural issues that have to be complied with. I mean, these are legal issues. But most importantly also to put a face to the names that we've been hearing about. I'm meeting some of the heads of agencies for the very first time. So even if it's just to interact and get to know each other, I think the next 48 hours will be very worthwhile.
As a ministry responsible for the crafting of government development plans, we have actually commenced review of the mid-term performance of the NDP 21-25 and the integration of the renewable hope agenda together with the National Development Plan. All agencies nationwide have been requested to integrate their sector plans and chapters accordingly. Now, this is aimed at properly aligning government policies and ensuring continuity of government programs and projects in all sectors of the economy to achieve the desired economic growth, job creation, ending poverty, and improving the well-being of the people of Nigeria.
I appeal to all of us to open up. Open up, let's look at the challenges and look for ways of solving it together.
The idea behind this retreat, the retreat is informed by the need for collaboration within the agencies under the State House. Over time, we've noticed, like you had many of them mention, that they work like children had out of wedlock. They work like orphans. But we felt, no, it can't continue like this. In order for us to drive the Renew Hope agenda of Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, it has become necessary to synergize within the State House all the agencies under his control. Hence this retreat. And the retreat is also structured to define who does what, who is responsible for what. How can we help each other to achieve?
One thing that with the last speaker, he said he does not want more of the thing like because of the retreat, because he doesn't want children, them working. It's more like children working as orphans. Like we have to them. That's why he calls for the retreat. But honestly, do you think this is the first thing the president should have done in just because he said this reduction in size of people that will be going for the UN is to reduce the cost of governance. Do you think this is a step he should have? should have taken.
Well, you see, the Nigerian political space is studded with stand-up comics. We do a lot of things that are just too funny, and you wonder about the kind of individuals we hitched our stars to, we elect to serve us. Because the cost in governance, if you really want to deal with the cost in governance, there are more other important areas you can start. In Nigeria, we have the highest paid National Assembly members, one of the highest paid in the world, in a country that is the poverty capital of the world. Your legislators are one of the highest paid, and your citizens are one of the poorest in the world. You know, what a paradox. The president has a yacht. No Nigerian president ever bought a yacht. The latest car bought by the president in Cadillac is almost 1 billion. I think it's naira, 1 billion naira. The earlier presidents did not use cars as expensive. We are trying to increase the number of planes in the presidential fleet. And I think 2 planes got grounded in France, 2 or 3, I think.
Yeah, just one release now.
Okay, one was released, yeah. So there's been so much extravagance, so much profligacy to start talking about reduction of the number of people going to New York being a step in the direction of reducing cost of governance. For one thing, that is no news, should not be news at all, because if you have no business going to the United Nations, you have no role to play. Why are you going there? It was an aberration to start with. And people who had nothing to do with the activities that would take place at the UN join in going to the UN. So to correct an aberration and do things normal is no news. It's like saying I didn't brush my teeth and my teeth was smelling. Everywhere I entered, people rejected me. Now I've learned to brush my teeth. The average individual brushes his teeth every day. I have done nothing spectacular. I have done nothing newsworthy by brushing my teeth, doing what people normally do. Nobody without any business at the UN should be there. And that's what you just did. You did something normal. So it's no news. But if this administration is serious about cutting costs, there are many major areas or many major financial issues to address, areas to cut the cost of governance, not with
just one. Okay, Femi Chacha, do you agree with what you said?
I think we are used to politics that we don't really understand governance, and then when they throw certain things at us, it makes us see it as a privilege rather than a right. I still don't understand. They were supposed to implement the Orosai report. They're supposed to streamline several MDAs, several government officials, and and this. Well, it's a good thing, but it's coming at the wrong time. These are certain that there are short-term hits, medium-term hits, and the long-term hits. We can understand that you want to implement the Orosai report, and then it will probably take you 3 years. But in the first month or 2 months, if the president did something like this, it would have sent a signal to Nigerians that, he's looking for a way to cut costs, but not when we're probably close to 2 years of this administration. It looks like stumbling, rising up again, stumbling, and just finding ways to keep Nigerians quiet. That's my opinion. But nonetheless, I still want to believe that the people surrounding the president are actually probably shielding him from the reality on ground and how Nigerians feel about certain things. The average man that buys beans for 300 naira per derica before and now buys for over 2,000 naira does not see sense in cutting down on the number of people that will be traveling in the name of cutting down on cost. It does not make any sense to such persons. They're going to be involving our forex, FX through extra codes and quite a lot, and most of them find ways to bring their girlfriends, bring the several unnecessary. So I'm expecting the president a few months ago said, the VP should have not less than 5 people on his head. We expect certain fixed numbers, not you saying cutting down on cost. That's too political, more of a political statement, just trying to appease us, and just you give us a spoon of a delicious meal and make us salivate and help get us thanking you, so that probably you can release the next spoon in like 6 months. When that will not actually nourish the body. It's a good step, but it won't do anything.
It won't do anything. There's a whole lot that the president can actually do if he really wants to cut the cost of governance. Because recently, I think that was yesterday or on Saturday, we heard a senator during a public interview, a TV interview, a live TV interview, saying that he earns 29 million naira monthly, and he doesn't think it's even enough. It's not an amount that it's enough. Like, it's not something we should be saying is too much because it's not enough for him. And when I saw that, I was like, it is the guts for me to stay on a national TV live, and you're saying 29 million naira per month as salary is not too.
In a country where the minimum wage is 70,000,
and they were still bargaining for something
money
less
is
than
that you
before.
can never have enough. The more you get, the more you spend.
You spend.
Yeah, but like you said, on national TV and live, a responsible public official could not have made such a statement in a country like Nigeria. So we have a lot of clowns and stand-up comics up there.
Okay, well, we have one of our, we have someone here, a viewer, says, good day. They say, well, the government is never serious and is never going to be serious. Okay, thank you for that one. It's something we're also saying, that if they have to cut the cost of governance, it won't be by reducing the delegates who are going to represent Nigeria at the UN. It's something that should, like you said, you brush your feet. It's nobody's, how do I put it? It's not something to brag about. It's something you have to do. And he said it's a good direction, it's a good thing. When you see you saying it's cutting the cost of governance, it doesn't even look like it is. Anyways, let's